Okay. So, what does Central Park mean to you?
What's Central Park?
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Probably means more to you.
Yeah, I'd suspect it means more to me. And that I did an internship here about maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, just for 3 months, and I was living in New York for that entire time. And Central Park was kind of the place I came to when I felt a bit sad or a bit lonely or was kind of missing home, just because it's so big and you could walk so far and kind of have space to think and be by yourself, but actually there are always loads of people around and something fun or interesting going on. Yeah, it was just my place, especially the Jackie Onassis Reservoir. That was my favourite thing to do, was just walk around that a couple of times if I was feeling sad. To know about you.
Yeah, to me it's just been it's just a lovely place of peace in the middle of the city, really. It's just, you know, I don't think there's anywhere quite like it in the rest of New York. Everything else you do, when I've been here previously, you know, staying on Times Square, feels all very commercial. To actually have somewhere that's so natural in the middle of the city is just, it's beautiful.
Yeah, and even because I think you get spaces like this in London, but just not on this scale, or...
Yeah.
And I think the scale is kind of what provides the sanctuary as well.
It's amazing the sense of community as well.
Yeah.
Like, you don't feel that to the same extent, I don't think, in parks.
In London, no.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say so. Yeah.
Hold up your picture. So what does that picture mean to both of you?
What does that mean to you? Well, I suppose for us it's a snapshot of our time in New York. I don't know, I think New York's always been a city that I've hoped that I might live here one day, and we've been here twice together, and last time we got a Polaroid. It was a black and white Polaroid, and it sits proudly in our living room, and we thought that when we came this time we definitely wanted to get another
You
one.
didn't tell me that you got one from me. Was it me or my friend?
I'm not
It might
sure.
have been your friend, but it was definite. It's within the window of time that you'd said this
He's
has been running.
very tall?
Yeah, I think it might. I can't remember. It was definitely.
Very tall, Russian?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's Gleb.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So he
Yes,
took a black and white one.
He works with me, and he manages the Facebook page, and
Oh, brilliant.
So-
Right.
Yeah. No. We should confess. We wanted to walk kind of through anyway, because this is my favourite bit of Central Park to walk through. But we were also thinking, it'd be nice to kind of have one to pair. And then, you know, then if we end up here
I think
again
every
in
3
the
years when we
future.
come here, we'll need to take a Polaroid.
Yeah,
And it's a
just
nice
kind of have-
snapshot of where we are.
Yeah, and I think again this is very different. We're both in very different places, kind of in terms of our career and yeah, just kind of what we're both up to, or kind of when the last one was taken. We both just graduated from our undergraduate degree, and I was doing this internship here, and you were doing a degree somewhere else. Whereas now we're both kind of in the working world and we're living together, which we weren't before.
Yeah.
So even just kind of looking at it, it's really nice to kind of think about where we were then, where we are now.
Well, how does it compare to a phone picture?
So I don't love phone pictures just because I think of how much you can manipulate them, but also I really love having a photograph that's tangible. And kind of, and I think even because I know there are a lot of services where you can get a phone picture printed, but they just don't look quite right because you've probably put a filter on it or taken it from a certain angle. So even when you get them printed, they look a bit funny.
So it's completely unedited. You get one shot. That's it. It captures a single moment in time beautifully.
Yeah.
And it seems to it seems to elevate it from documentation to art, really. So it's actually, if you just take a photo of things, you know, it's like, oh yeah, I want to remember I was here.
Yeah, no,
it's almost a laziness as well when you take loads of, you know, when you're just taking photos for the sake of it. It's like, oh, you know, if I get a photo of this, it means that I don't actually need to bother remembering how I feel in this moment or anything. Yeah. Whereas with the depth of this single photo and the kind of experience that you went through to get it, and the fact that you had to wait that 2 minutes while you're waiting for it to develop and everything, I can clearly, if I look at the old photo that we got, the Polaroid we got 2 years ago, I can remember everything crystal clearly, the conversations we had around it, the day we had around it. It's such a a true glimpse into a moment. And when I look at phone pictures, I sometimes look at them and going, oh, I don't remember taking that at all.
Yeah.
it was- Actually, the
different.
last time we took this, we hadn't voted on the Scottish referendum
Yeah.
yet.
There's conversations about the referendum.
And now we're having them again.
Yeah, and the potential
Oh, yeah,
of another
I think
Scottish
I might
referendum.
remember.
Yeah.
It was around the time that, my friend always brought that up.
Yes, he did, because he was really conscious of it.
Yeah.
And then
Interested
he
in
met
it as
the
well.
two of us, and we were
Yeah,
going, we're
okay.
kind
No,
of...
I remember that time. He was
Yeah.
always bringing it up when England and Scotland.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's funny to look back on it and think, oh yeah, that ridiculous moment when we were debating. kind of,
Yeah.
And now it's come round again.
What are your plans for it?
For the second Scottish referendum, or the potential of one, it's difficult because I think very much first time round, I believe in more collaboration between nations and that.
Well, no, actually, I meant what are the plans for the picture?
Oh, for the picture.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant the referendum.
No. We don't want a political discussion in these interviews.
Fair enough.
It's not that kind of interview.
I want to get we've got quite a little frame that our originals one's in, so I'd like to get a bigger frame to kind of
Yeah.
put them both in, or maybe another one to put them side by side, because it's in our living room at the moment.
Yeah, so I think it'll go beside the other one.
Yeah, and then, who knows, we could get a collection.
Number 2 in a collection of maybe more.
So, okay, what are your first names?
I'm Laurie.
And I'm Rachel,
And where are you from?
I'm from Scotland.
and I'm from London.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for the interview. Enjoy your picture.
Thank you
Enjoy
for the
park.
picture.
Thank you.
I'm sure we will.
Good.